What's up, Spacenoids? Oop, wrong table. What up? What's going on, guys? Welcome to Morning Therapy. I'm back again. Hey, Tom. What you got going on? Kung Fu David. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Also, for those on Instagram, I'm on Twitch, and those for you on Twitch, on Instagram. The only difference is that on Twitch, you guys get to see my table. Otherwise, you gotta wait till I show you. Welcome. Welcome to Morning Therapy. Yeah, mostly because I couldn't say anything nice. And, so, that's where I left myself. Whoa. You got my pretty face. Let me use the table. You got your pretty face. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. You don't want to see the Gundam. Well, leave them here in this place. So how I make Gundams. Thunderstorm Rex. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Therapy. But yeah, I bet you guys can see more of my disc, more of my stuff, more of what's going on. I've officially taken over the whole coffee table. I mean, a whole dining room table. With my stuff now. I'm liking it. Liking it a lot. It's a little bit of a reach when I have all the cameras set up, but you know, I have to kind of the angle of the camera really works. I'm gonna have to readjust that permanently there. So yeah, get your morning coffee, guys, going on, because that's what's going on. So I'm gonna continue to paint my RX-110 Gabathy from the data collection. And then once I get him all done, nicely put together and stuff like that, I did put together the what's it, Habrero. Let's see. Yeah, I'm building the Gabathy. It's the RX-110 from Zeta. There was only 2 of him that were built. He worked for the Titans. He was a prototype made out of Gundanium alloy. But he came and transformed into a insect-like bird type deal. Oh, Tom. Why not? How goes it?
Hey.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm actually up at 6. So.
Nice.
Yeah, how's everything?
Good. It's just a matter of getting my lawyer and my guy that's supposed to do the draft for the coffee table design. He's supposed to like draft it all up, make it all nice and pretty, and then we're supposed to patent it. But unfortunately, my lawyer has been, or he's the guy who's supposed to do the drafting. He's been indisposed from work. To Zaku 2. Good morning. So.
Don't you just feel the stress of your shoulders?
Oh, yes. Like, legitimately, it was like for every step he took towards the White House, it was like, oh, like, oh, welcome, McKinley. Wrong account. Oops, no matter. Murphy, Mad Murphy, welcome. Midwest Gunpla, welcome. Yeah, no, every step he took was just a relief going over my shoulders. And then next was Kamala, waiting for her to get to the house. And then once they both got in, I was just like, all right, now it starts. Now we can start working.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I mean, the good thing is that, it's not talking about one person, but an entire group, which is great. So, no longer feels like a reality.
Right.
So, crap. I get up early enough for Joe's live, and then he's like, yeah, I'm finishing early today.
Oh, yeah. George, I was like, okay, I'm up. I got stuff to do. Please go a little extra so I can have some time to get my stuff done. I need to get done this morning. So it kind of delays everybody. Because usually when George will get a crowd going, and then they'll be sitting there waiting.
Yeah. Your gain.
Yeah, my gain. My gain, he's leaving. Everyone still wants Gunpla.
Yeah. So I got the piece, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm also about to hit something. So I found a piece which I'm so happy about.
I know that's one of the best things that you can.
Right. So now the head looks normal.
Yay!
So yeah, now I just have to find the decals. Not find the decals, sorry, print the decals. So I can finish this entire thing.
Yeah, I think the best bet we have would be for you to print the decals off on that.
Oh no, yeah, I'm definitely printing it. There's no way I can find decals for this.
Do you have a white toner?
Nope, I bought white decal paper.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, see, there's actually some mistakes here and there, but it's all because of the way masking was done. Right?
Not really.
But I have to get these nozzles,
Mm-hmm.
and I may have to. I just realized that I didn't realize that the eyes are black. So
you gotta go back in there.
May have to. I mean, I got a couple of things. I mean, it's hard. You see the things that I don't know. I'm gonna be taking better pictures once I get the decals on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to capture the different tones in black.
Well, I mean, you just get different shades of black, right?
I used what made I use? I used a light gray. gray black,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I'll see if I can show it. So the main black is like gray black, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the hands, which is gloss black, which
Right.
is most of the joints. They got some of the joint colors are gunmetal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a couple other areas, which is metallic black, which is I think the nostrils
Okay.
are metallic black, right? So there's metallic black, gloss black, there's grayish black, and then gunmetal. So there's 4 blacks. For this whole thing.
And then you should buy that blackest black.
No, there's no need to. It's pretty good as is. So, but yeah, I mean, so far I'm actually liking the way it looks. You know?
Yeah, it looks really. Dude, I'm liking the color scheme on that. Lucas, good morning.
So,
I'm really liking the color scheme. It's that it's I don't know what it is about that. It's like that gloss black paint going on there for most of it.
well, that's the thing. This black, the main body black,
Yeah.
not even a gloss. It's
Oh, it's the guy notes.
I'll show you.
Which black is that? Because that's looking like a real good. That's a real good like metal looking black.
Yeah, it's this one, German gray.
Oh, okay.
So I really like the way it came out. I did a couple of random tests to see. I know regular it's a hobby black is just gloss black, right?
Right.
I also had another black which is this one, frost matte black. So was a really big hit. So, but that German gray was awesome because it kind of matched what I'm seeing in pictures of whoever did build the model.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just very happy. I mean, the only thing is the white. I don't know if the white I used was Splash Mega White.
Okay.
Right. And it's okay, I guess. It's not the greatest in my opinion, but I think it did its job. You know.
Right.
The most annoying part that I had to do was masking the feet. Normally it's pure white because of the way the model is really made. So, but yeah.
I use so this camera you're seeing here, Kung Fu David, is just my cell phone. It's legitimately my iPhone 7.
Yeah, Instagram can't really use. I mean, you can possibly use it with a computer, but it's all cell phone.
Yeah, you have to. If you do go the route of trying to use your computer for Instagram, you have to use a third-party application in order to use it properly. To get that camera that you have. Yeah, this is the front-facing camera, so.
You're using front-facing. I'm using the rear-facing for eye contact.
Yeah, see, the iPhone is just a better camera, in my opinion, and it's not just the camera; it's the software they use as well.
It varies. I have a Samsung S28, S20s, S20 what do I have? Sorry, S10e. My Samsung S10e, the camera is pretty nice also. Just I hate the way the software is.
Yeah, the software for the Apple is more intuitive. It's stupid. It's, Apple is made stupid, so stupid proof.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion.
It's the what's called I just don't like the Samsung entire thing because the screen is way sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not RG, it's HG GPO1FB. And so this is the plane. This one, I don't know if you see any of the tone differences. This one also has
I can see tone difference. Yeah, that's something you don't have to worry about with me, buddy.
Yeah, this one, the same thing. I have the German gray, metallic black. Sorry, this is gunmetal ink. That's metallic black, and it's gloss black.
Nice.
So this has basically the same color.
Big Goof, good morning. Welcome to Morning Therapy.
Yeah, it only looks like RG because it's all black. Yeah, I have the RG GPO on that B, and it's a lot more detailed than the HG.
Quebec, New York. Good morning. I hope I said that right. But good morning. Welcome to Morning Therapy.
Yeah, that's my friend. Ken.
Oh. Welcome, Ken. Hey, Tom, have any chance have you seen, watched on Netflix, Big Mouth? It is hilarious, and you should.
Oh, yeah?
It is not kid-friendly at all. It is a cartoon. But it's man, it's just about growing up. I'm just going to leave it for you to find out and watch because it is messed up and funny at the same time.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Fine time.
yeah, have you seen, did you see my last suggestion about watching Deep Space 69?
I think I heard.
Yeah, you need to watch that one too. That one's on VRV.
Yeah.
But those are really good shows, guys, and I recommend them if you're an adult.
Yeah, so I have my macros build started already.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I started the pre-assembly just so I could see what I need to do planning-wise. I'm not doing everything. I'm actually starting mostly with I did more work on the F-22 and the Su-57 first.
If someone would buy me a Macross kit, I would do a Macross kit, but I just don't have the time to do it. Now that someone posted a picture of one of my old works that's not finished, I feel now the Zagok, Char's Zagok.
Oh, okay.
I gotta do.
You finished that one yet?
No, I haven't finished it yet because when I started working on the coffee table.
Okay.
And when I started working on the coffee table, it kind of took up like all my brain power.
Okay.
Between that and my anxiety, I was just like, okay, one thing is getting shut down, and that was the live. And I didn't want to do that, but that's what happened.
Well, question for your coffee table, you're making mahogany?
Huh?
For your coffee table, you're making it mahogany?
No.
What? Well, mahogany is like really nice wood.
Yeah, I would. But mahogany also weighs a lot. And it's supposed to be a lightweight coffee table.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I am under budget. Originally, I was thinking under budget. So
That's good.
by like $75. So
Okay.
when the original cost was going to be like $150. So right there with production costs being cut, that dramatic, you know.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I get it patented, then then I'm going to start doing a direct run of it, selling it myself.
That's good. Yeah, because like I'll tell you this, like once you get the patent is only the States anyway.
Nope, I'm going international.
But that's the thing that you can try to go international. That's the hard part because you got to navigate different laws, and depending on how that government is, it can be that patent. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's why I got my lawyer involved.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like kind of like I'm on an international platform. You know, I have to be thinking about it internationally, anyways. You know.
Yeah, but I'm just letting you know, it'll be time consuming.
Oh yeah, that's
just looking at stuff that you have going on internationally wise, like just like with the macro situation, right?
mm-hmm.
License wise internationally is horrible right now because someone, the idiot, decides to claim that they own all the rights in Japan, in North America at least, right?
Wait. Some guy claims to own Macross.
No. So the complex part about it is that it's not that he claims he owns it, but he technically does own certain broadcast rights for licensing. But because of how it was done in Japan, it got all freaking screwed up here in North America. So.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why I got my lawyer involved and stuff like that. Like that's like.
But
so I just put
manufacturing wise, that's the thing because I've been reading about stuff dealing with things that have been sent over to internationally, like in China or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like their government decides if it is viable to be trademarked or patented for that country. You know.
Right. And so what makes we've gone over the international stuff and what makes mine so different from others is several key factors that make it a viable product. That it's unique in its own kind, and that's what you have to stipulate when you write those things. I'm trying not to say key words that I will be using because I don't want someone to start picking up on my legalese, because that's where your patent shines, right? Is using your legalese to say, well, mine can bend its finger where yours doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like okay, go for an example, the 3D printer. Okay, when they first came out, they were $15,000 a piece. Some guy bought one, used this 3D printer to replicate the 3D printer itself. He replicated it to a point where he was on a manufacturing standpoint using 3D printer to make a 3D printer, and he sold it for 1/3 the cost.
Well, he also did. That part. That was actually they ended up also doing it open source. So you could all you had to do was have the plans, and you 3D print your own.
Right. He later open sourced it, but not before he ruined the company that made it. I don't remember, but it was like one of the first 3D printing companies to make a 3D printer that was publicly allowed to be bought. I bought the 3D printer, started printing the 3D printers in his own house, and the reason why the government allowed him to scheme on selling those, even though they were an exact make of the same thing that they were selling, is because he made it out of better material. That's the only reason why.
I see.
Because he made it better than what it was, and he made it cheaper and more accessible. So those are like key factors that you have. He's like that's how I'm selling it. You know, he's like, I'm selling it for these key features, not what they're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that they were like, well, he's selling it for a different reason than you. You know, that's good enough. You know, so you have to be very careful when you do your patent, because I guess their lawyers weren't thinking of someone making a 3D printer out of their 3D printer.
Yeah, because like one interesting, I don't know if it's still on Netflix. One of the interesting documentary.
Yeah, docuseries.
Yeah, regarding 3D printing and the whole entire story for MakerBot and the other company that did the resin stuff. I don't know if you saw that before. It's an older documentary.
No, Lucas. the table will not be made of mahogany. Nice, rich mahogany. I mean, if you want to pay $2,000 for my coffee table,
That would be your highlight version.
right?
You know, you got your standard, and then you got your nice, expensive highlight version.
The executive brand.
Yeah, with all the nooks and crannies.
Right. It'd be like the P Bandai cup. Yeah, for your subscription of $1,000 a month, I'll make you a mahogany coffee table. Handcrafted. Hey, I swear, if someone does throw me $1,000 on that GoFundMe page, I will do that. I'm not joking. I will. Actually, I'll get my teeth fixed first. Sorry.
Yeah, teeth first.
Yeah, get my teeth fixed and then get into newscasting.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to make this plain old Sotheby shield look more interesting.
You know, I'm taking yours and making it better and sell it like a 3D printer. No, you can't. You can't, Lucas. That's what's great about it. You can't steal mine. I got a patent.
Yeah, patents are very different than trademarks.
Yeah. Especially since, you know, if you take the story of the 3D printer and apply it to my own, I kind of did the same thing, and it's only because the other person didn't market it the same way. I'm literally taking someone else's. I won't say I've taken someone else's idea, but I took inspiration from a lot of other people's ideas. Let's put that way.
A lot of things are. So.
Right.
It's just the patent is for not the idea. The patent is actually more for how the idea is executed.
Right.
I don't know if resin teeth is healthy.
Milton resin teeth. Yeah. No. No. I'm gonna talk to Tara. Tara does that for a living. No, she does. She makes false teeth.
Oh no. I'm talking about what Lucas said regarding resin.
Oh yeah. No. I don't. No. Resin's probably never good.
So I'm trying to figure out if I want to get the freaking resin conversion kit. I don't know if I want to get it.
Later, Kung Fu David. You have a great morning, man. And remember, be good out there, Spacenoid.
What do you think?
Oh yeah. Which version is that?
This one?
Yeah.
This is MG.
Okay.
I only have the MG. I only have the one MG.
Okay.
It's the 2000 MG.
Yeah, oh God. That's the blue box one, right? Where the box is kind of blue?
Well, it's with the
Did I show you that lighting conversion kit for that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one with the space background.
Yeah. There's a light conversion kit for it that they made.
Yeah. It's surprising I've lost the stickers or border slides for this because you know how there's the symbol on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No idea where it went.
Oh no. Well, hey, when you get those decals, you can make that one too.
Oh no, I've already bought the decals for this. I bought the DLP ones, and I was gonna get the Halo ones from Delby, but I idiotically purchased the RG version instead of the Masquerade version.
Gotcha.
So.
It's good to be back on live, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What is a goof? Or is it goof?
He's probably saying goof.
Oh, know what? I'm so tempted to just buy another Zaku perfect grade.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I lost pieces on the current perfect grade, and get that goof flight conversion kit.
Mm.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
The flight test type conversion kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're doing.
Conversion for your mouth.
Oh, for your mouth. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Lucas. The problem is I need to get them all pulled out.
See, you know what, Lucas? You know what's the best conversion kit for your mouth? It's called veneers.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. I just need everyone just give money to Tara and have her make me teeth, and I'll get them all ripped out eventually. I'll go to a horse farm and get a horse to kick me in the face.
Well, look, veneers. Here's the thing: veneers doesn't mean for veneers. I don't think it'll rip out your teeth.
No. I need them ripped out. That's the problem.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just. Well, it's. I don't want to deal with them going back in there to deal with a 1 tooth or a 2 tooth, situation where it's just like odd hodgepodge. And because of my back situation, what happens with people with serious back injuries is that they grind their teeth at night. So I literally, why I was in pain the other day was because I broke a tooth while I was sleeping.
Really?
Yeah. And because of the pain that I'm gradually just accumulate throughout the day and stuff like that, my pain threshold is through the roof, So it was just like, cracked it. Oh well. Carry on. Lots of antibiotics.
This is that version conversion.
That's the conversion kit?
Yeah, so the original HG doesn't look like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more, a lot more detailed.
Mm-hmm. That looks, man, it looks so much better than the, I want to get that kit too.
Oh, you need to get the regular HG kit first before
Yeah, I know, right. And it's like, yeah, like let me get into all these kits really quick, right? Let me finish Zeta first, right? Before I go back to Wing to do my cross thing, because that was my that was my problem I was going through with the Wing kits, was that I was like, oh man, I should really go back to the originals so that I can get a feel for the originals and then kind of blend that originality from the OG series into the Wing series.
Yeah, see, this is how the back for the regular HG looks like.
Okay.
Right? And then... And this is the back.
Yeah, see, it looks so much sharper. It's got more
detail.
Yeah. It's got sharper lines and crisper cuts. This is what it looks like, like a lot more detail too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think I don't know which parts are they, but it's enough to be a big difference. Because the pictures they have the. So they still have some before and after shots. So here's some of the before and after shots of the chest.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like the arm. And I think they have one backpack also. The legs are.
So I have a question that someone was telling me that I should clean and wash my parts. I've never done that.
Well, it's different. It's different method. It's different method. You don't have to. If you're, I think you don't release, like some people are saying, like, oh, they haven't used old release forever or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's up to you. I mean, if you're comfortable feeling that you need to wash it, then wash it. I mean, for me, I think I technically should wash it only because my hands are always so oily. And when that happens is when that happens is when I start putting on primer, it makes my pieces pick up dust because of the oil. You know.
Got you.
So I think it depends on how you are. I don't think you necessarily have to have it washed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But again, it all depends on how your bills are. Because for me, I think I should wash it, but I'm just too lazy. So I just sand and wipe it off.
Right.
But you know, there's people that use ultrasonic cleaners.
Yeah, like I was just curious on that. Like I was like, it's like, why would you use cleaners on it, right? Like I'm just like it. Like you're going to be like totally like okay. In my like this is just my opinion, right? You know, I mean, you know, screw me, right? So my whole thing is that like you're going to be priming it, you're going to be painting it, you're going to be altering it, you're going to be cutting it, you know, you're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff to it. I mean, I could understand if you were like sanding it, manipulating it, like adding, like cutting it in and stuff like that. Like maybe you need to wash it. But as far as like the mold release and stuff like that, and you're talking about oil stuff from the machining process on it, you touching it gets rid of those.
In my case, me touching it gets it back on there.
Well, no. People who are naturally oily and stuff like that will have a problem. Gundam for fun. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Therapy. Also live on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, no, people who are naturally oily, that is a problem. You know, it's like you're gonna. I mean, like I sometimes I can see my thumbprint. Like, for example, me doing my Gundam Death Sights. That is a pain in the butt all the way around to do that kit. And you haven't seen me do it in a while. I think the last live I was starting to paint some of it. But I screwed up that wing. That wing I was painting. I have to go back over and repaint it again because there's a giant thumbprint on the back of it. And that's from the paint. Because I told you about that paint. That paint's by this is Black 2.0 by Culture Hall. And it's a tubular paint. So, you know, you putting your thumb on it, even when it dried, it's devastating to the paint finish. So, stuff on that one. But
yeah, so like I think with certain people that don't use a cleaner, but then they wear gloves, right?
Right.
So it all varies. I mean, I don't think it's not new for me because I don't work for it. I'm too lazy to do it. Some people don't buy those cleaners, or they just use soap and water. You know, some people want to just set it and forget it, so they use the ultrasonic cleaners.
Right. I'll tell you what. Hey, I want to show you something. This is something I made that's going to be going part of my coffee table. But I wanted to show you because I'm impressed by it.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's on its own too. You see how thin it is? Stands up on its own. Because I know physics. Well, okay. So legitimately, I I stole architecture from Da Vinci, like how he did some of his architecture work in some of his books. In his book, if you look at some of its stuff, like how he kind of like fucks with physics, you know, I was like, oh, that's interesting physics right there. How are they gonna use that? And that's the premise. Like that's how it stands. That's how my thing. If Kramer from Seinfeld, that was fantastic, or sell a coffee table book. Yeah, the only difference is I'm not a racist.
Kramer as the character or Kramer as the actor? That's what I'm curious.
Yeah. Kramer as the person, as a person, yes. Kramer as the character, no, because Kramer gave the black chick in the show. I was stuck watching Seinfeld because it was a show before Star Trek.
Yeah, I never got to Seinfeld.
I didn't get into it. It's just something I had to watch because, you know, my dad left it on because Star Trek is next. And we were a big Star Trek family. Still are. I mean, I don't know if you played the Star Trek Online.
No, I'm not really big Star Trek fan.
But Star Trek Online is about to have their 11th anniversary. And I got to say, the storyline in online, I just like the online better because it's. You know what? You should watch Lower Decks. Star Trek Lower Decks. You and the kids can watch it together. It's funny.
Yeah.
Papa no Gumpla, what's going on? Also live on Twitch.
So, check this out.
Check it out.
This one, first one I did, and then still practicing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one is more recent, and you can just tell how much better the storylines are with less mistakes. Like this one has like it goes off. You see how the little white marks on the sides? That's going off the line.
Oh, okay.
This one doesn't have any of it. Which, you know, and just replicating this like I was saying, like George making jigs for the scribing. For parts like this, it's easier.
Right.
But for a part like this, there is no way I'm gonna make a jig this big and have it replicate over because it's not symmetrical. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could. It's just going to be a, pain.
No, I'm gonna say it's no because it's not symmetrical. Because if you're talking about one side to the other, right? So for example, you look at your standard Gundams, the arms, the legs. Most of the parts are reversible, right? But on the Sasabi, this is the.
Oh, okay. So you're saying one side's facing one way, one side.
It's left leg armor.
Gotcha.
This is right leg armor, right? And they're on the opposite sides. But if you notice, they're not. I'm not gonna be able to replicate it from one side to the other using a
because they're mirrored.
Yeah, and plus it's all curves. That in the side, and if you look at the size of it, it's that big.
Ah, dang it.
And how much plastic am I going to use just to make the jig?
Right. Yeah, it's just something you couldn't make a jig for. Yeah, I'm feeling better now, Papa.
I challenge George to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but for something like small, like for example, not only that, it's a curve. It's not even a flat surface; it's a curve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for something like this, I would say a jig would be a jig because it's small enough. It's not that much of a curve, and it is symmetrical.
Right.
So,
just reminded me I need to pick up some thinner.
But I'm getting so used to the tape that I'm getting much better at it. You know.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad. You know, dude. What makes me so happy about this is that if I look back at everyone's photos, right, from like your first photo to your last, you can see the progression people do in their work, and I freaking love it.
Dude, pictures have nothing but work in progress. Just a single completed work.
I feel you on that. The only thing that I've ever completed on this channel has been that Zaku Marine, right? Which he's technically not even finished because I forgot to do one little paint strip on him. But I was just like, I'm not messing with it, so I just call it done. Because he's based off the MSV look of him. But anyways, yeah, that. And then I want to go back and work on my Phoenix. I want to go back and work on my RX-9. You know, I want to go work back on those kits. But the thing is that those kits, you know, it's like the RX-9, the narrative. He is so big. He is so big and so much detail. Like, you could spend days on days on days panel lining that thing and still not make a dent in it. It's like getting the
When you say Fenix as in the NT, the Unicorn Fenix?
Yeah, the Unicorn Fenix.
Okay.
Yeah, the Unicorn Fenix. I have the gold-plated one, and I wanted to. What I wanted. Okay, so the problem with it, the gold-plated one, is that when you cut off the parts off the runner, you're losing that gold.
Yeah.
You can't sand it.
That's what I'm afraid of when I get my Fenix.
Okay, so I figured out a way that you can fix that. Okay, so you clip it as close as you can. You make sure not to make big because it'll flake up right when you cut it. So you make sure it doesn't flake up, and if it does, get a little dab of thin glue, tap it on there, and get it down. Right. What you do is you take the runners and you're going to flake the gold off until you get a size and cut the size that you need when you get the big strips of that. When you get that flake off, right? You get that large flake, then you start shaping it to the size that you need for those nubs, and you start gluing those on. That's how you get that taken care of. That's the only way I can know that you can take care of it without having to like repaint the whole damn thing. You know?
Yeah. For me, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's the perfect grade version.
Well, it's the same thing. It's just that, with the perfect grade, I think they did a lot of undergating on it, so you're not going to see a lot of the flakes problems. But if you do, like, I'm just telling you, get some new nippers, buy some new guide hands just for that reason. When you buy a new pair,
dude, that kit is already expensive. That's it.
what I'm saying is when you go to buy a new pair of nippers, right? Like, my nippers are broken now. I'm going to buy a new pair. Buy a pair of nippers, and then the first thing you do is work on the Phoenix. That way you have a fresh pair of nippers to cut everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm betting you're due for a new pair.
I actually do want to get a new pair only because my Tamiyas are getting a little older.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But aren't they serviceable?
Huh?
Isn't yours serviceable? Your Tamiya nippers?
Yeah, I mean, it's still usable.
Are they the one-bladed ones or the two-bladed ones? You know, because there's that one Tamiya one where it's just one blade and it brings it up against a flat surface.
Yeah, that's the what they call that's kind of blade.
That's supposed to be the gate blade, isn't it?
Right.
Side cutters, yep.
Yeah.
And that's for like getting those nubs off the piece, afterwards. Yeah. I'm really digging how Bandai is starting to do the undergate and stuff like that. Like I thought that was genius. I'm like, oh god, about time they did that. Yeah. So, the couple of Zeta kits that I'm down that I need to get are the more rare, expensive ones.
Which one?
Okay, so I need the Gambit, which is ORX005. He's another transforming Zeta kit. Need to also get the Bondoc, but that's new. That just came out. The Mark II. Don't have him yet. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those ones that's just kind of surprising because I'm trying to get all the rare ones, all the ones that are not Gundam. Because you build one Gundam, you kind of build them all.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I can wait on him, but I still haven't got him yet. And then the yellow one, I'm trying to remember the yellow one, MRZ.
The Methus.
Yeah, the Methus. Not the Double Zeta version one, because a lot of people get mistaken. It's AMV. Sorry, designation is AMV on that. But it's the yellow one, and he transforms into a ship. And so, just trying to get the transforming, like bird mode type kits and stuff like that from Zeta. And then I still got to finish. I got to finish Gabathy in front of me, and then I got the Quibbly still to finish. But other than that, I pretty much got. I got the Mersara. I got the Hambrara. I have Hyzok, the Rick Diaz. What was that one? Oh God, I'm trying to remember the Mono one that shifted. The Atasca. That hooded one that transforms into a UFO.
Okay.
He's near the end of Zeta when Char's making a speech. But yeah, I need those two. And then the other thing too is that I need to go back and get them all again because I need to have them. Well, okay, so here's the idea. So the HGUC ones transform, and but the original ones from Zeta, the original kits don't. So what I was going to do was I was going to get all the HGUC ones, have them in transform mode, and then get the original ones so that because they don't, and just have them side by side kind of thing, And I thought that was a really cool thing. I did build. Now I didn't know this at the time because I thought it was a fake. Right when I bought the Atasca one, because I bought it back in the day, and I thought it was a fake one, right? Because I never seen a Zeta kit back then. I didn't know what it was. I was 10 years old. But I was like, oh, this one's not a Zeta kit. This one's not Gundam. And they're like, oh, my dad's like, why? And I was like, because look how small it is in comparison to my other Gundams. It's not a 144 scale. It's a 150. It's one. What was it? 1/550th scale.
Okay.
Yeah, 1/200 scale. That's what it was. And then it had the little tiny. It was made so that you could match up the box art that kit because it had the little tiny ship. It was like about the size of a quarter that you could build two. 10 years. That was just last year. Funny. My gray hair begs to differ that one, Lucas.
Yeah. So right now I still gotta finish this thing. Backpack. You speed up.
Oh, is that the kit is that?
This is my custom. This is my RG78G something.
Okay.
Because it's based on the GM command, but with additional components to make it into a command high mobility.
Nice.
With the backpack.
Nice. It does look really good.
So I add the head radio. I move the radio from here to the head, right? And I move the sabers on the back to the side because of the booster. I can't fit the sabers there.
Right.
So
yeah,
I made the knee, the lower leg part, front part bigger. So,
are you going to go with that same color, or are you going to do it with new color?
No, this is the technical color.
Oh, okay. No, I was wondering with the backpack too. You know.
The backpack's gonna be. I think the backpack. I think this is gonna be gray, and this is gonna be all white.
Okay.
So, because it's gonna meet up this the Titan team, right? The two GMs. That's gonna pair with a Hazel 2.
Nice.
So the Hazel 2 is pieces.
I know the feeling as I'm staring at my Gabathy laying in front of me.
I was able to incorporate like unused PC parts to make the thing move.
Oh, that's awesome. That's always my interpretation of Gunpla is that Gunpla is plastic models that move. You know, the action posable models.
Yeah. Well, it's all depending on what the purpose is. So, for example, because the booster pack will, of course, need to adjust for your mobility, right? And especially if you're doing cool stuff, and that's the benefit. That's the only thing I say that Gunpla is different than regular Pla models is that it's movable, right? For posing. But when it comes down to it, people still need to realize it's still a plastic model.
Right.
Yeah, because I read people complaining, and it's like, oh, come on. It's a plastic model.
Right. Like for the longest time, what is it? Hobby Lobby wouldn't carry Gundams because of the fact that it said Gundam.
Well, I was thinking about regarding Gundams, like, why it's not a real model, it's a toy. Because they see it as you're snapping it together, and you don't have to do anything else because it's already not border slides.
See, no, my dad never thought that was me. He always thought of them as models. My dad.
And, but that's the thing. I'm saying, that's the thing. There's certain people that do that. But there's also certain people who are who were the plastic modeling world. I'm not talking about like just general hobbyists. I'm talking about people who these are a little more now the ideology has changed, right? Which is great because they see the potential of what you can do with this and that and stuff like that, right?
Right.
But this is the issue. This is the thing that there was a case in the States, in my opinion, because Japan and Asia, there was no difference. They didn't care. It's a plastic model. You pose it. Because there was people who did the tanks and stuff like that. That stuff like that. They didn't really care. They just build. And when they're tired out from building the plot kits, they just build Gundam kits. So it's a different culture. It's a completely different culture.
Right.
Kits over in Japan as it is in the States. And I feel like a lot of Asian modelers that you see differently. I'm not talking about Korea. I'm talking about like other places. They have a lot of influence from the States. So because like if you look at Korea, a lot of the Korea modelers they're influenced by a lot of, especially legendary the 2000 big, but there were so many Japanese modelers that was doing a lot of custom builds because you just look at Hobby Japan at that time. There's so much custom builds.
It's like with many mediums, like photography and art, digital is not considered real. Yeah, unfortunately, digital is where you make money, and the paint in hand and painting stuff is falling down to the wayside. I feel like in a lot of ways, but it's slowly picking back up.
Actually, honestly, digital is a way to make quick money. It's not necessarily to make big money.
Right.
Digital is to make quick money, while your hand painting and stuff is where you make the big bucks. Because
but it's far and few between when you find people that will actually buy it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's always been art.
Yeah, that's always been art, though. That's always been art, though. Yeah.
If you look at this digital art it suffers more than regular art because just look at the team that made, I think it was Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh yeah. The digital team that made it. Yeah, how they got screwed over almost.
It's not even that screwed over. They won the Oscar and stuff like that, but a lot of them couldn't pay their bills.
Well, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he chipped in.
Yeah, he chipped in. He said he cut down his paycheck like 5 times during that film so that they could make all 3 films.
I think it was another group where the company went bankrupt. The digital team went bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The digital company went bankrupt, and they won an Oscar.
Right.
I have a bunch of friends in digital arts, comic book stuff like that, graphic design, things like that, and they always get screwed by. Clients always try to out their hand up with cost because if it's digital, so it's much easier for you to do this. It's like, well, yes, it may be much easier for me to do this, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna, not eat.
Right. Well, listen, I gotta let you go. It's time for me to get the kids up and get ready for school and stuff like that.
Yep.
All right, man.
Actually, it's actually longer than what I was gonna play. So.
Oh, Brian, gotta go. Sorry, man. All right, good talking to you too, man. All right, everyone's jumping on. Oh crap! See you later. All right, everyone. That was Matt Gunnick. If you're not following him, you should. He has a lot of good stuff for him. I am both live on Twitch and Instagram right now, but I'm going to jump it off here shortly. It was great to be back. It's great to see everybody. I am still in trouble. I'm still in need of assistance. If you can go to my GoFundMe and help me out, that'd be greatly appreciated. Because of that situation, me making the slightest movements can make my back pop, can make my back, it just shudders me. A lot of jobs and a lot of employment won't hire me for that reason. I'm still capable, so I can't. I'm still capable of doing a job. I'm just not that capable of intellectually wise, to say the least. I was built to do manual labor, and now I can do labor. So that's one of the major concerns that I have. If you check out my GoFundMe, it's in the links below. It's in my bio. A lot of other people are posting it. You might as well seen it. You might have seen it. What that will help me make a job. Help me make a job for myself and help you guys out as well too. I very much appreciate everyone coming on here and seeing me and seeing all the fun stuff that I do, and I will continue on doing it and keep on doing morning therapy. It's just I couldn't do. I'll keep posting, and I appreciate it, Brian. I really do. And I have a big project in the works, and you might hear me talking about it. It's called Coffee Table. Can't really talk about more than that, but once this thing hits, it's going to be great. Everyone who can support me, I'm going to try to do something to help you guys out as well. I always try to do that. It was great to see everyone in your zone, because once we're in our zone, we can't be stopped. So you guys all have a good one, and I will check you guys later, all right? Keep on posting. All right. Peace.